Hey everyone, it's Jade from Boho Bookworm. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my very late March wrap-up. The first book that I finished throughout March was The Couple at the Table by Sophie Hannah. And this book just sounded so unique and so fun. It was like dubbed the impossible to solve mystery book of the year. It's about this like exclusive couples only resort where people are going for their honeymoons, and this couple received this note at their table saying, beware the couple next to you. But as they look around the room, all the couples are spaced at different tables, all equally the same kind of distance apart. So who's the note referring to? So then it kind of comes to like that the couple knows they're going to be murdered and they've got to try and figure out who the murderer is. And I mean, that alone just sounded so fun to me. Sadly, this book bored me to absolute tears. There were just way too many characters, too many theories to keep up with. I do feel like it had a really strong start and I was really interested to see where it went, but then it just turned into this mindless babble. I guess I knew going in that it was going to be a slow burning mystery, which isn't something that I normally tend to enjoy, but I found myself just falling asleep with it, to be fair. I just found myself not caring who the killer turned out to be, and to be honest, I've already forgotten. So unfortunately this book got a 1 out of 5-star reviews from me. Then I read The Boyfriend by Michelle Francis. Now, if you enjoyed The Tinder Swindler on Netflix, then this is a book for you. This is a book about this girl called Amy. She's approaching her 30s and she just has this really bad head injury, leaving her with amnesia. So when she gets back from hospital, this boyfriend that she doesn't remember is just kind of like all around her. Her family are absolutely obsessed with him. They think that he's the best thing since sliced bread. But she's like not too sure about him. She can't remember a thing about him. But then as her memory slowly starts to come back, she remembers that she completely made this guy up just to get the pressure off of her back from her friends and family to find someone because of her age. I did really enjoy the amnesia element to this book. It's a trope that I tend to really enjoy. And it's just that the fact that you just cannot trust Amy. You don't really know. Is she remembering fact or is she making things up? What is the real truth? It was just a really fun, gripping read. I had seen quite a number of reviews saying that this book was really far-fetched and silly. And I guess I would have probably agreed had I not just watched The Tinder Swindler beforehand, which really does kind of enlighten you into the kind of things that really can go on. So this book got a solid 4 out of 5-star review from me. Then I read Confessions of a 40-something fuck-up by Alexandra Potter. I won't go too in-depth into this because I did do quite a couple of reading vlogs about it and stuff, but what a sassy and endearing book. I absolutely loved it. I was really hesitant with it because books that kind of liken themselves to like the new Bridget Jones or the new Gone Girl or something like that, I'm just like, oh yeah, right, you can't really beat those books, can you? But I really, really enjoyed this book. It's about this girl called Nell Stevens, and she is in her 40s. She's just had this horrible breakup. She's had to move back from America, back to England, back in with her family. She realizes she really doesn't want to do that, so she has to kind of flat share with someone, which kind of gives it this like Beth O'Leary kind of vibe. And it's just her kind of navigating the world. And there's this podcast element where she's sharing her experiences and stuff, and her podcast like blows up. And it's just a really fun, entertaining, but also hard-hitting book. There's a lot of, you know, hard subjects tackled in it that are really done really well. And I've heard that the book is becoming a series and I believe also coming to our screens. So super excited about that. I gave this one a 4 out of 5 stars as well. The last book I read was The Interview by C.M Ewan, which I was really excited about. Got recommended by Emma from Drinking It By My Shelf, one of my favourite booktubers, but sadly, I didn't enjoy this at all. Again, like the premise really, really intrigued me. I mean, interviews in general are quite daunting for me, but this is a book about this girl who like lands her dream job interview, and then she gets there and quickly realizes that things not really 100% right. The person that's supposed to be interviewing her isn't there. She gets like put into this room with this man, and then as the interview goes on, he starts asking her some really inappropriate questions until she realizes that she can't actually leave. It is a suspenseful story. I'd say as much as to say that it's a claustrophobic book, but it was too far-fetched for its own good. It was implausible, and yeah, my attention just started to drift with it. Like, the story just spiraled out of control. It wasn't that the writing itself was bad, it's just that the whole premise just went ballistic. I'd literally go as far as to say it's absurd. If I was to like kind of put this into a description, I'd say that it was almost like an escape room kind of thing, something I've been doing quite a lot of recently, and I'm really enjoying it. But it's got that kind of tension and her trying to figure out how to escape, which was fun, but I couldn't get my head around the whole thing. I figured out really early on who the villains were, and I don't like predictability in a book, so unfortunately this one just, yeah, didn't do it for me. 2 out of 5 stars. They're the books that I read in March. Sorry that was late, but I promise I will try and get April's wrap up to you sooner. Have a good day further.